Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, dear devotees, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Welcome to this morning's Srimad Bhagavatam class, which is from Canto 2, the status quo, Chapter 5, the cause of all causes. And this morning we're doing text 4. We're fortunate to have this morning His Holiness Candramauli Swami to give the class. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna Maharaj, please accept our humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Thank you. My obeisances to everyone.
Hare Krishna.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Yad Vigyano Yad Adaro Yad Parastham Yad Atmakaha Ekasrajasi Bhutani Bhutair Evatma Mayaya. My dear Father, what is the source of your knowledge? Under whose protection are you standing? And under whom are you working? What is your real position? Do you alone create all living entities with material elements by your personal energy? Purport. It is known to Sri Narada Muni that Lord Brahma attained creative energy by undergoing severe austerities. As such, he could understand that there was someone else superior to Brahmaji who invested Brahma with the power of creation. Therefore, he asked all of the above questions. Discoveries of progressive scientific achievements are therefore not independent. The scientist has to attain the knowledge of a thing already existing by means of the wonderful brain made by someone else. The scientist can work with the help of such an awarded brain, but it's not possible for the scientist to create his own or a similar brain. Therefore, no one is independent in the matter of creation, nor is such creation automatic. Om Gyan Timidandasya Ganajana Salakaya Chaksun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruhe Namaha. Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Srimakti Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gaudavani Pacharine Nirvisesa Sunyavari Pastyatya Desatarine Vanchakalpa Tarubhischa Pipa Sindhu Vevacha Itanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namaho Namaha. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasari Gaur Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So Narada is questioning his father, Lord Brahma, who speaks in terms of his role in the creation. Narada could understand that based on what Brahma spoke, that he received both the knowledge and the ability from another source. And that will be revealed. But this is a general principle that whatever the living entity possesses, both in terms of position, abilities, talents, situations in the material world defined in a certain way, or even one's body, all of that is given, and all of that is organized by a superior intelligence. And we can accept that that superior intelligence is the source of all existence, because that superior intelligence is working in all areas of life. So no one is independent, and no one is the source of whatever they do. They gather, they create, and the intelligence, as Krishna says, Sarvasya Jaham, Ridisani Visto, Mata Smirti Agyanam Alpoham Cha. If you want knowledge, it's coming from me. If you want remembrance, it's coming from me. If you want forgetfulness, it's coming from me. And so Krishna establishes his position as the source of everything, both directly and indirectly. In other words, things that are coming directly from him and things that are his energies working in a less direct way, but still coming from the same source. So also Krishna establishes his position again in another part of the Bhagavad Gita where he says, Rasoham apsikunseya prabhasmi sasi surya pranava sarvavedeshu sabdake purusham nishu. I am the taste and water. I am the light of the sun and the moon. I am the syllable Om in the Vedic mantras. I am the sound in ether, and I am the ability in all living beings. So that ability is Krishna. He is the source. He is the energizing force. He is the manipulating substance. And he also gives the results. When one understands this principle in full, one surrenders to the Lord completely, knowing that whatever I have, whatever I can do, or whatever the nature of my existence, it's not about me. Of course, I might work with certain things to make things happen in a certain way, but the intelligence to do that, Krishna says, that's me. He says, I am the intelligence of the intelligence. I am the intelligence of the intelligent. I'm sorry. I'm the intelligence of the intelligence. He also says that, in the Bhagavad Gita, in the ninth, chapter 10, verse number 9, he says, one who worships me in devotion, I give the understanding by which they can come to me. So one cannot approach Krishna. When one works according to the mood of bhakti as given in the Shastras and as explained by the spiritual master, then that force or that arrangement allows one to approach the Supreme Lord in devotion. In other words, he is the final say in everything. In the following verse, he said, I'm situated in the heart of all living beings, and therefore I direct the wanderings of all living entities according to their desire. So what do we have? What is our position? We have desire. We can desire in so many different ways. We can desire within the category of material activities, or we can desire in the category of spiritual activities. So that is our independent nature. We can choose how we want to desire. But as soon as we choose, we automatically put in force these things that will help bring about the fulfillment of that desire. So that desire is not static. It mobilizes the supersoul within the heart to direct one in a certain way and achieve results accordingly. So here, Brahma, he's powerful. He's got great knowledge. He's got a real powerful position. He's a secondary creator. He's not the source of creation, but he is the one who takes the ingredients of creation and under the guidance of Krishna, arranges those ingredients in such a way that he formulates the 8,400,000 different bodies that the living entities inhabit. So he's a powerful personality, but still, here Narada can understand that he is not the source of what he does, or the ability, the ability he has to carry out. Everything is coming from Krishna. And when you understand that, as Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, not a blade of grass moves without my sanction. If Krishna wants, he can stop everything. If Krishna wants, he can fulfill everyone's desire. If Krishna wants, he can make the whole world Krishna conscious in one moment. He's so powerful and so complete in his power and his influence that there's nothing outside of his capacity. Even the things you can't think of, he can do. He is so great. So when you understand that, how do you understand it? By accepting it through the spiritual teachers, by Krishna himself, who says, Sarvasya Jaham, he says, Aham Sarvasya Prabhavo, Matat Sarvar Papartante, Iti Matwa Bhajante Mam, Buddha Bhava Samanvitaha. I am the source of all spiritual material worlds. Everything comes from me. The wise who know this engage in my devotional service and worship me with all their heart. So devotees are meant to be wise, means that they understand there is only Krishna and Krishna's energies. And all of Krishna's energies are simply working according to the will of Krishna. As it says, Parasya Shakti Vihaya Suyate Swabhaviki Jnana Balakriyacha. That these energies are working according to his will. When he wants something to happen, he simply desires it, and then the energies carry out that desire, and the results are in according to Krishna's direction. But he gives the living entity free will, and that free will is our desire to choose how we want to focus our activities and attention in life. And therefore, if we follow Krishna and we engage in devotional service to him and depend on him in every situation and worship him with devotion, then everything that the living entity requires to live and to achieve perfection in life is given by Krishna. So one who is intelligent will see, who am I? What can I do? If I don't, I have to work in a certain way, but say there's no electricity, how can I work? Or I want to go out and do something in the outdoors, but the rain comes and everything is changed. Or I want to go to a particular place, but I have to follow a certain route. And for some reason, I don't understand exactly how to get there. I'll wind up in some other place. So we're deficient, we're small, but we have desire, and that desire allows us independence. So the best use of independence is to use the independence to facilitate the Lord's desire for oneself by becoming Krishna conscious. Krishna just wants us to become Krishna conscious, or he wants us to become conscious of him, because that is who we are. We are a pure spiritual being, and our consciousness, as in our purified state, is God consciousness or Krishna consciousness. In the covered, uncovered, manifested state of the material energy, we develop all sides of consciousness. We become wife conscious, husband conscious, children conscious, dog conscious, cat conscious, house conscious, money conscious, career conscious, food conscious. It goes on. But these are all adaptations upon the pure state of existence of the living entity's real consciousness, which is Krishna conscious. Therefore, Prabhupada, to illustrate it, says, the soul does not have to eat, but we take food because the body requires food. We are not the body. But on the spiritual platform, there's no question of eating food because there's no need to. The soul is fully nourished by its own existence due to its nature of being eternal, full of knowledge, and full of joy. So therefore, what you'll see in this upcoming chapter, of course, the devotees who are following the Harrisburg program will see that Brahma finally admits to Narada that he is actually, his power is not his power. Hiranyakashipu thought, well, my son is defying me. Therefore, he should be punished because he's defying me. But then Hiranyakashipu was amazed to see the power of Prahlad. So he questioned his son. Where do you get your power from? And Prahlad immediately responded, my dear father, Asurya Bhajya, O best of the demons, I get my power from the same place you get your power, from the same place everyone gets their power, from the same place which is the only source of power, Vishnu. Of course, Hiranyakashipu became more angry when he heard the response. But what Prahlad was saying is, even you, my dear father, who is very powerful, is getting your power from Vishnu. And he'll come soon and take it all away from you. So whatever we have and whatever we are, whatever we can do, and whatever situation we have arranged for ourselves based on our desire, it's all coming from Krishna through his energies. And on the spiritual level, it's coming through Krishna directly. If we want to serve Krishna, Krishna will make arrangements so we can serve him nicely. If we want to enjoy Krishna, then Krishna will not give us bhakti, but he will give us a chance to try to enjoy. He facilitates our desire. Of course, when he sees a devotee is really serious about attaining him, but at the same time still attached to the material energy, he may frustrate the devotee's desire to enjoy the material energy, and the devotee, realizing that that desire was not in line with his best interest, he takes up Krishna consciousness. So all of these considerations are actually the principles of existence. Therefore, devotee is happy. Devotee can be nothing else but happy, because he knows all I have to do is serve the Lord. And I find great happiness in serving the Lord. And whatever I need, wherever I am, whatever I aspire for in life, it'll come. And if it doesn't come, then I didn't need it. So a devotee is happy because the karmis think they're the center. Each karmi, non-devotee, thinks I'm the center, and the world is arranged for my enjoyment. And I have to use my intelligence to figure out how best I can enjoy. And therefore, that's what they struggle so hard. But they can't be successful because the world is not geared for their enjoyment. It's geared for the enjoyment of this person who created it, Krishna. So if we facilitate Krishna's enjoyment by taking whatever Krishna gives us, we call it dovetailing. The tail of a dove points in two directions. That means you take something and that's being used in one way, and you use it for the service of the Lord. And then that dovetailing actually brings one to higher consciousness, and it also purifies the heart. So devotee is happy. They're happy chanting. They're happy taking prasadam. They're happy reading the books. They're happy associating with other devotees and sharing Krishna consciousness. They're even happy doing their ordinary activities in the world, maintaining family and doing some occupation, because their minds are connected with Krishna. They know even my work is given to me by Krishna. I have a reason why I do it, because there's some need. Therefore, I do it. And then I know my ability to succeed in my activities is coming from Krishna. It's not like he gives success on the spiritual platform and on the material platform. Everything works according to the living entity's arrangement. No. The material energy is his energy. It works automatically under his control. And he puts it in place, and it works according to how the living entity wants to enjoy in this material world. Of course, no one can enjoy, but they can try to enjoy, and that's what's called material life. Material life is not enjoyment, it's about trying to enjoy. That's all. Because if everyone was able to be happy, the world has been going on for millions and billions of years, and you see the state of affairs today. Who's happy? People are killing each other. There's so many inebrities, so much bad activities happening in the world. If people are happy, they don't do that. Happy people don't create problems. Happy people make other people happy. So we can see by the example that material life does not bring happiness. If it was, the world would be very, very happy because they've tried everything, and they're even trying this new thing now, trying to make robots instead of keeping people. They can't control people anymore, so they want to control situations through machines. And then they're making robots to replace human beings, thinking that'll be better because these robots, they can't say no. Of course, they have no emotions either. So you can't love your robot. So all of these things are part of the frustrated attempt to become happy in this world, where they come up with newer and more foolish ideas on how to find happiness. And it just keeps going on, and that it never ends. But devotees know, hey, I chant Hare Krishna, I can find happiness. I have Krishna Prasadam. I got Bhagavad Gita. I got Srimad Bhagavatam. I got many books I can read and study and learn about the nature of God, about the nature of the material existence, how it works. So much knowledge available, and it's given freely. And then we also can perform different activities for Krishna, with both within the family and outside. Yeah. The devotees are happy because they know Krishna is there. Krishna is there, and he always protects and he always gives shelter to his devotees. Okay, can open it up for some discussion.
Thank you very much, Maharaj, for a wonderful, wonderful lecture to the point. So many things that you talked about to help us to deal with the material energy with the right perspective, that Krishna is behind everything. So, devotees, this is the time to turn on your cameras. I'm going to stop the sharing and open up. If you have questions, if you have some realizations that really struck you that you want to share, please go ahead and do that. Unmute yourself and go for it. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Maharaj, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to your Prabhupada. This is Anasuya Maharaj, and all glories to you.
Welcome
Hare
home.
It's in the car still. Hey.
I'm just leaving the temple, Maharaj. Maharaj, thank you for such a wonderful class. I was able to hear after 7:15 because I just got off the altar. But Maharaj, you made a very nice point, and I was just thinking about it, where Krishna, when a devotee is trying to practice Krishna consciousness, but at the same time, they are going through challenges in the material world and they get frustrated, and then Krishna makes them frustrated. And I think that's the point that really is making me think that how do we know that Krishna is frustrating us? Because, at least for me, I'm not elevated or grown or, whatever, to know that it's Krishna that's frustrating me and it's not my attachments. Like, how can we know?
Well, from the highest platform, everything works under his control. He puts the material energy in place, and it works according to his direction. So there's three modes of material nature. According to the nature of one's desire and the activity you perform based on that desire, you connect with one of the modes, either passion, ignorance, or goodness, or a combination of these three modes in different proportions. And therefore, Krishna, in one sense, is indirectly involved, but not directly involved. Indirectly involved because he set up the whole system. And if you don't work according to his plan, then we have the wrong desires and the wrong activities, and we get frustrated or we get overwhelmed, and we think, well, maybe I should just change my activities. That's a good idea, but part of that changing is to remember that even if you change, will it make it any better? Because in the material world, success is not simply fulfilling one's desire. Success is to remember Krishna. So even if you're somewhat overwhelmed or unhappy with, if you simply remember Krishna, then things start to change. And he gives you the intelligence how to get out of your situation. He says that I, dwelling within their hearts, destroy by the light of knowledge, the darkness born of ignorance. That's one of the main verses in the Bhagavad Gita, 10:11. Eva ham partam agyam agyana jam tamaha nasyayam yatma bhavasto jnana dipena basvata. I, dwelling within the heart, destroy with the shining lamp of knowledge the darkness born of ignorance. So when we're acting in the material world, we're under a certain level of ignorance, thinking that we are the doer, or thinking that by my intelligence I can somehow become successful in my activities. Even if you get some material benefit, what gain have you got? But even if you fail in your material attempts, but if you remember Krishna, then you actually performed an activity which is beneficial. So in our devotional service, we want to serve the Lord in the best possible way. And so we have to pray to Krishna and also seek his guidance on how best to serve. And we use our intelligence. We learn by experience. We learn what to avoid and what to accept. But
Thank you, Maharaj. Thank
all
you.
of the success that we may derive from our activities ultimately is coming from Krishna, either directly through the heart or through the external energy. What can we do? We can only desire, and then by our desire, things start to manifest.
So, Maharaj, should our attitude be that when we're trying to endeavor or desire or do something materially and something frustrates us and it's not going our way, that means Krishna is not letting it happen, right?
Maybe.
Mm.
Maybe Krishna doesn't want you to have it, or he's frustrating your ability so you understand the importance of taking more shelter. So he uses the material energy to help us become more dependent on him by making our material life difficult. The tendency is that for the conditioned souls, when things are going according to one's plan in the material world, we forget Krishna. That's the tendency of the conditioned souls. When things are going wrong, then we start thinking about God. So that's another way that Krishna will help us become detached from our attempts to enjoy this material world.
Hare Krishna.
Or
Thank you, Marge.
or maybe Krishna will also say it's not beneficial for them to be successful in this way because it'll take that person away from me. So if he sees the devotee is very sincere, but the devotee still wants something material, he may frustrate that because he knows the devotee really wants him, but still the devotee is still attached to some material thing. So in order to help increase that devotee's attachment to him, he'll frustrate his attempt to become happy through his own endeavor. That's Krishna. But if you persist, then he says, all right, go ahead, do it. And then you have to get the results.
And the results are sometimes not very nice. Is it, Maharaj?
Most of the time.
Yes, what I thought.
If Krishna is trying to show you something and you're not accepting, he can see that the results will not be beneficial for you. He knows past, present, and future. He knows everything. But he still works with us to help us make the right decision in life, although he knows past, present, and future. He can see what will happen if the living entity continues in the same way, but therefore he intervenes in the devotee's life to change the results of that living entity's activities and bring it towards devotion. He knows when you're going to die. He knows when you're going to have another calamity in your life. But he's always there to help you avoid these things through the scriptures, through the spiritual master, through your own intelligence when you accept his direction. And when you pray, he's your best friend.
Thank you, Marge. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna. Sri Devi Mataji, you can go next, and after that, Krishna Kaviraj, and then Rasa Vilasini, in that order. Hare Krishna. Sri Devi.
Thank
Hare
you.
Krishna.
Thank you, Parikshit Prabhu. Dear
Hare
Guru
Krishna.
Maharaj, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Again, a very wonderful lecture, Guru Maharaj. As you speak, we are just transported to another world and everything is wonderful. Everything seems so nice. But as long as I'm in the lecture, it's like that. Or as long as I'm in Kirtan, it's like that. But take me out of these two places, and then material energy comes rushing, and I'm all at sea. So, how can we maintain this connection, this reality? This is the reality that we are part and parcel of Krishna, and he's always there, and he's always ready to help. How can we keep this connection intact at all times?
He says, oh, he says in the Bhagavad Gita, become my devotee, worship me, offer your homage to me, and he says, remember me. So if you forget Krishna, then you're back down to where you were before. So if we learn something and then we forget it, then what's the bin? And then we make the same mistake because we forgot it, we get the same result. So if you could, just like this class, if you can take away one major point, one, not all of them, one, and make that point part of your consciousness, then that's success. Just one point. Something that you can establish and something you can continue to develop. That's all you need, is just one point. Because our minds are Kali Yuga. We forget easy. I mean,
Krishna is my best friend. That's what I want to remember, Guru Maharaj. Krishna is my best friend.
yeah, that means he has your interest at heart. The best friend is the person has your interest at heart. So he's interested in helping you, even though you make the wrong thing. The child's doing the wrong thing, but the mother is concerned about the child's welfare, so it doesn't allow child to do that, but guides him in the right direction. So don't forget. If you forget, then what can we say?
Thank you, Guru Maharaj. Hare Krishna.
And sometimes when you want to remember something, just think of Krishna, and he'll remind you of what you need to remember. That's a fact. We want to do something and we forget. We think of Krishna. Krishna says, "Oh, you wanted to do this. Okay." He says, "I'm source of knowledge, remembrance, and forgetfulness."
Krishna Kaviraj Prabhu, please go ahead.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Very much. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. All glories to you, Guru Maharaj. All glories to all of the Vaishnavas.
Okay.
Guru Maharaj, I wanted to check my understanding from everything I've heard. So it sounds like to me that so we're in this world. We have no control over anything we can see, hear, taste, smell, touch, because it's all under the control of Krishna's energy. We have no control even over our own body because all of the 12 biological systems are working under Krishna's energy. We cannot even control our minds. So that only leaves the only tiny sphere of control that we have is over our desire and our endeavor. If we desire for Krishna and we endeavor for Krishna, he will help us. But if we forget Krishna or if we go off track, then he will still help us in a different way on trying to remind us of what our true purpose is. And there's no point in trying to desire and endeavor for control and enjoyment because that is never going to happen.
Well, the living entity has limited control. I mean, you can control, you're a father, you can control the family. So there's some control there. But ultimately, if you want to be successful in the activities of controlling, then you have to take source from higher knowledge, higher intelligence. And that higher knowledge and higher intelligence comes from the Lord. But everyone has some control. We set up our little kingdom. We have our families, we have our little places where we want to perform our activities in this world. So we have some control, but we can't bring about the results of our activities. That we can't do. That comes from outside. We can't bring about happiness. We can simply try to control in such a way that we get happiness, but there's no guarantee there's going to be any happiness. And material happiness or success is simply another opportunity to forget Krishna. So, yeah, we don't say you don't have any control, you do. But then again, but you can't bring about the results of your activities. That's where your control is limited.
Mm. So we have limited control.
Yeah. But if you try to control for Krishna, then you're bringing Krishna into everything, and then everything is under his control. Krishna gives us our independence. That's why everything is all screwed up, because we've taken the independences he gives us, and we made a mess of everything. The whole world is messed up because misuse of our independence.
Without a doubt. Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much.
Hare Krishna. Rasa Vilasini Radha, Mataji, please unmute yourself. Go for it.
Hare Krishna Guru Maharaj, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all praise to Krishna, all praise to the devotees. Maharaj, I was asking, sometimes I wonder that why Krishna sent us to this world, where there's so much suffering. We are so attached to our family and relatives that when something that happens, it disturbs our emotion.
He didn't send you here. You came here. It's your choice to come here. He doesn't want you to leave the spiritual world and come here and suffer. It's your choice. Everyone who's in the material world, we made that choice to leave the spiritual world. But we did something that caused us to lose our position in the spiritual world. I was just reading today in the, where is that? What is the name of that book? And the book's right here. I'll get the title of the book. Sri Lagu Bhagavatamrita by Rupa Goswami. It says that Krishna doesn't push anybody out of the spiritual world. We have the desire to leave, and therefore we're here. You might say, well, I didn't want to leave, but you did. That's why you're here. You can't remember. If you could remember, then you would, immediately start making plans to get back there. So even Jai and Vijay, they desired to come to the material world. It wasn't Krishna that forced them to come to the material world. Krishna doesn't work in such a way as to cause inauspiciousness to anyone. But he fulfills our desires, and therefore, if we desire in the wrong way, then we're going to get a type of result that may not be very pleasant. So he didn't want you to come here. He wants you to get back. Yeah. But you
Actually,
forgot.
Maharaj, I was thinking sorry.
Go ahead.
Actually, Maharaj, I was thinking I'm not very intelligent. I'm literally very dull. Whatever little understanding, it's all due to your mercy, Maharaj. I'm understanding little bit. That's the thing, Maharaj. Because I'm very, very dull, Maharaj.
You're very, very what?
Dull, Maharaj. I'm not intelligent.
Well, if you take the intelligence coming from Guru and Shastra and Krishna, then you become the greatest intelligent person. All you have to do is repeat what you hear from Shastra, from Guru, from Krishna, and that makes you intelligent. But then you have to learn how to apply that knowledge in every circumstance. And that requires some practice. If you want to sharpen your intelligence, learn verses. Learn verses from the scriptures. That will sharpen your intelligence.
Thank you, Guru Maharaj. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Hare Krishna. Dinanath Gauranga Prabhu, please go ahead. You wanted to, Hare Krishna, go ahead.
Humble obeisances to you, Maharaj. Maharaj, one of the most difficult things that I find is that we prepare our best for an action for in a material sphere or or even spiritual activity, but you prepare your best for an outcome, but then we are attached to the outcome, or at least I'm attached to the outcome, be it spiritual outcome or trying to do in a service that I need to get certain things done or certain things organized and things like that. So you still, there's an expectation of an outcome there. And that is the
That's
most.
okay. That's okay. But that expectation shouldn't cause you unhappiness when it doesn't come.
That's the most important. Yes, Maharaj.
Oh, I tried. Okay. Maybe let me try again, do it another way. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we're trying to get a result. We're trying to offer that result to Krishna as an act of devotion. But sometimes it just doesn't happen. Or sometimes it happens in another way. But that shouldn't cause us to become unhappy. It just causes us to think, let me approach the situation differently. Or maybe Krishna didn't want it to happen, therefore it happened in this way.
So, Maharaj, more importantly, what I understand is when the results comes favorably, most importantly, unfavorably, is our steadfastness and equanimity of mind to take that outcome in a neutral way.
Yeah, don't
Yeah.
give up. You think you can reach success simply by every endeavor you perform? Sometimes you have to practice the service, how to do a particular service. You may have to learn how that service is best executed. That's practical knowledge.
Thank you, Maharaj.
To use the example of in the material world, you're familiar with the sewing machine, right? Everybody knows what a sewing machine is. So there is a needle that you place in the machine, and the needle has a big hole in the top, and then you place it there. So Mr. Singer was the inventor of the sewing machine. He failed, I think, 1,000 times to make the machine, but he didn't give up. And then one night, he had a dream. And in the dream, he saw his head. In his head, someone was puncturing a hole in his head. And then he got the idea, oh, yes, put the hole in the needle at the top. And then it was successful and the machine worked. That's Mr. Singer. That's recorded. This guy, I don't know, the one who started Google, I think it was Google or Apple, maybe it was Apple. He failed so many times. The one who started, what was the other one? One of those social medias. He failed so many times, but he kept trying until he got it.
You mentioned this, Guru Maharaj. WhatsApp?
Mark Zuckerberg, no?
Yeah, he failed so many times. But he finally got it. So that's an example in the material world, but it works. So when we get a service, sometimes we just don't know exactly all of the parameters, all the diameters, all of the considerations. We practice, we learn how to do the service. Like when I teach people to do deity worship, I always have to tell them, hey, wash your hands before you start. And finally, they get it, and then I don't have to tell them anymore. So in the beginning, they don't remember to wash their hands. They just go ahead and do the service. But then the service is not done properly because it's unclean.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhupada used to say, he would say, devotees in Krishna consciousness, they want to know about Raganuga Bhakti, but they don't even wash their hands before they eat prasadam. So there's basic things how to live and how to do things that are practical, that have ways of working. And when it comes to spiritual activities, most of the practical principles apply for the activities. But then when it comes to deity worship or any kind of worship, then we have to understand what are the spiritual dynamics that make the activity offerable or successful. So you have to learn. Don't be discouraged by failure.
Thank you, Maharaj.
If that's your instruction, if that's in line with the spiritual master's instruction, if you're doing something on your own, and something you choose to do, then you find yourself thinking, well, because I failed, because maybe I shouldn't have been doing that. Then you're in a quandary. Should I do it or should I not do it? But when you work under the guidance of superior authorities, then you can always continue to do it until you become successful in terms of the results. But in bhakti, the success is in the endeavor, not so much in the results. I want to please Krishna. I want to push on Krishna consciousness. So I'm accepting this service.
Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Simati, there is a question in the chat by Dheeraj Prabhu, but normally I know Maharaj likes the questions from the devotees, and so you go first, and after nobody else raises their hands, then we'll ask that question from the chat. So Simati Mataji, please go ahead.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, Guru Maharaj. Please accept my humble obeisances. All goes to Srila Prabhupada. Guru Maharaj, in one of the lectures of Srila Prabhupada, he was mentioning about you got this body because you are predestined to have this much of happiness and distress. So don't worry about it and just go on. So how to apply this in practical life, Maharaj? So because we are conditioned, we always think about getting happiness or relaxing or using this body into sense enjoyment and all that. So
yeah, as soon as you take up Krishna consciousness, your material happiness and your material distress are automatically mitigated. So Prabhupada's talking under the influence of the material energy. So people in the material world are always trying to change their position or do something different to increase their happiness and decrease their distress. But the devotee doesn't worry about that. He simply engages in devotional service. And then you'll increase your happiness, and you'll also decrease the misery that was destined for you to experience due to your previous karma. Prabhupada's talking about the non-devotees.
okay.
Yes, tasyaiva pratita na kovito na labhyate tar brahmata uparyada na labhyate anyasukam kalena sarvatra gambira ramhasa. So, Parikshit Prabhu, you there?
Yes.
Go to the first canto, 5th chapter, verse number 18, 1518.
Okay.
1518.
Yeah. Bhagavatam 1:5:18. Okay. And then let's come back. Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. Share. What?
Shaiva hetu pratite na ko vido na labhyate yad brahmata uparyada. Na labhyate dukanavam anya sukham kalena sarvatra gambira ramhasa. So there's 2 points here. Persons who are actually intelligent and philosophically inclined should endeavor only for that purposeful end, which is not obtainable even by wandering from the topmost plane of Brahmaloka to down to the lowest plane of Patala. Now here's the point. As far as happiness derived from sense enjoyment is concerned, it can be obtained automatically in course of time, just as in course of time we attain miseries, even though we do not desire. So what is it saying? Happiness and distress will automatically come. You don't have to worry about that. But if you take the Krishna consciousness, then you automatically reduce the reactions of your happiness and distress, and you awaken the happiness of the soul's relationship with Krishna through the process of bhakti. And that's explained in the purport also. So, but the point is, don't worry about happiness and distress. If on the material level, sometimes it comes and sometimes it don't. But for a devotee, they don't worry. All I do is engage in devotional service. If Krishna wants to give me some distress, that's his prerogative, and that will help me become more serious in my devotional life. If he wants to give me some happiness, then in that happiness, I'll serve Krishna and make him happy through my endeavors in Krishna consciousness. So for a devotee, he doesn't care about happiness and distress. We don't even think about it.
Yes, Maharaj, that's true. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna. Okay. There's a question, Maharaj, in the chat by Diraj Prabhu. So I read it now. Hare Krishna, Maharaj, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and all glories to you and to you, Gurudev. Related to Anastasia Mataji's questions. Sometimes we try to do something spiritual, but Krishna does not fulfill that he gives himself. I want to go to Yatra. I can't. I want to go to retreat. I can't. I want to serve devotees, but I'm unable. Why is this happening to me? Why Krishna hasn't helped me? Although I'm always praying to Krishna. So here's your complaint, Maharaj. Hare Krishna, Dhiraj, your servant.
Yeah, okay, stop sharing.
Okay.
Well, I know your situation, and you're being controlled by your father, who is very strict and doesn't like Krishna consciousness. So his desire to keep you there is stronger than your desire to go. So if your desire is stronger to go than his desire to keep you there, you win. If his desire to keep you there is stronger than your desire to go, then he wins. Whoever has the stronger desire. Because Krishna fulfills all desires, but when desires are contrary, the desire that is stronger becomes the one that gets fulfilled. So your desire for Krishna consciousness is not strong enough.
Hare Krishna.
Make your
Hare
desires
Krishna Maharaj.
make your desires stronger. That's all.
Hare Krishna Maharaj. I'm trying, Maharaj. Sometimes I feel frustrated too, but I'm praying, I'm trying everything, but I'm unable, Maharaj. Like right now, the situation
Because of
cannot
your
take that.
because of your health, you're saying?
Yeah, health and family is also strict more, right? Because he's saying take care of your health, this and that. So
You know, just read about Prahlad Maharaj. He didn't listen to his father.
Mm.
And his father tried to kill him. Don't worry, your father won't try to kill you. He may not like what you're doing.
Mm.
You're a
how
grown
long
man.
this will
You're
go
a
on?
grown man. You're a grown up. You're legal by age. You're free from family restrictions. But if you depend on your family, then you might have to follow them just because of your dependence. But if you're dependent on Krishna, then he'll take care of you. Mm. You have to give your dependence completely on Krishna. That's what Prahlad did.
Mm.
Maharaj, if I can share something, when you said that Prahlad Maharaj did not listen to his father, it reminded me of me. I didn't I didn't listen to my parents and I left home because I remember in 92, I think. I don't know which, yeah, I think it was 92 is when I met Bhaktitirtha Swami the first time before I even got initiated. And he heard the whole, how controlling my parents were. My dad was like the tyrant. It went on. And he at the end march of the conversation, it was a 1 hour conversation. And he told me, he says, whenever you feel like you want to run away, he planted the idea in my mind. And whenever you want to get away, you can come to me and I will protect you with my M16. I will never forget that. Maharaj, I will never, ever forget that. And actually, Maharaj, as soon as he said that, 2 months later, I ran away.
Yeah,
And
Prahlad Maharaj would have ran away too, but he stayed so he could save his father. The only reason he stayed.
not that I'm telling you boys to run away, but I wanted to get away, and I went against my parents, and Krishna's mercy, my Gurudev accepted me only by his mercy.
What does Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati say? He says you should get angry for 3 reasons only. One, you should get angry when you see yourself becoming lazy in devotional service. You get angry at yourself. 2, you should get angry at your relatives if they try to stop you from becoming Krishna conscious. And 3, you should get angry at the demons. So, actually, if you become Krishna conscious, dear Raj, you're helping your father. He's hurting himself by not allowing you to practice Krishna consciousness. So you can actually do him some benefit by, asserting your independence. You can come to
Mayapur.
no. You can come to Govardhan Echo Village for the retreat. You could take a flight from Calcutta to Mumbai. You can get on the same flight I'm on. I'm flying on Saturday from Calcutta to Mumbai. You can get on the same flight, and I'll take you to Mumbai, and then from there we go to GV.
really want Maharaj. Like, I really want to run away from this situation. Like, when
Well,
mother is chanting, she's
only when
understanding the
you
situation.
only when you want it as bad as Anasuya wanted it, then you'll do it. I mean, I know so many devotees, not just her. They just got to the point where they said, "That's it. I'm just going." But
Pack your
because
suitcase, Dheeraj. Pack your suitcase, keep it ready, and run away.
I'm not telling Sri Devi what to say. She's independent. But
Sridevi, I did just that. I had my suitcase ready and I walked out like Krishna.
what I'm saying, Dheeraj, is that your desire for Krishna is not strong enough. And when you make that desire strong enough, then Krishna will open the door to everything.
Mm. Yeah. Right.
So make your desire stronger. And then you don't have to worry about making plans. Krishna will show you exactly what to do when your desire is strong enough. Strong enough. If we have mixed desires, then the desire that's stronger will always be in the position of control. Okay, Nitya Gopal.
Nitya Gopal, please. Yeah, go ahead.
Hi.
Please accept my humble wishes. All goes to Srila Prabhupada. All goes to all devotees. Thank you for such a wonderful lecture. I was just pondering on the thought, Maharaj. Final say is on the Lord's sanction or one's desire.
Say that again.
The final outcome of anything is on the Lord's sanction or one's desire.
Well, in the material world, you work under his material energy. In the spiritual realm, you work directly under his spiritual energy or him directly. So material activities are subject to the three modes of material energy. And they may come out in different ways according to your activities, how you perform. Because he doesn't interfere with the material energy. But on the spiritual platform, if the devotee wants to perform something, then Krishna gives the results to bring the devotee closer to him or to purify him from some material attachment or to make the devotee more intelligent to understand how to execute devotional service. So desire spiritually, and then everything will work out according to Krishna's desire. Because spiritual desire means to give your desire up and accept Krishna's desire.
Mm.
But on the material energy, things may work or may not work because it depends on how we approach the material energy and what is our karma, what is our intelligence, so many things. There's so many factors in the material activity. The time, the place, the endeavor. On the spiritual platform, it doesn't depend on all of these. It depends simply on your desire to please Krishna, or desire to serve the spiritual master. Same thing.
Thank you, Maharaj. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Balakrishna Prabhu, please unmute yourself. And
Hare-
after that, Damodar.
Can I go ahead?
Yes.
Yeah.
please.
Yeah.
Thank you. Hare Krishna Guru Maharaj. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to you, all glories to Srila Prabhupada, and all glories to devotees everywhere. Guru Maharaj, sometimes we have to be afraid. A lion attacks me, I have to be afraid. But sometimes we're afraid for no reason. why are we afraid and how can we overcome fear?
Fear means two.
Fear
The
means
number fear is two, the number two. When you see something outside of Krishna, that can cause you fear. But when you see Krishna in everything and everything in Krishna, which he recommends we do, then there's no fear.
Hmm. Hmm.
That's Krishna conscious. But there is a thing called healthy fear, and that's something we should adopt. What is that healthy fear? I'm afraid of falling into the material energy. So therefore, because of my fear of getting trapped by the material energy, that inspires me to take more shelter of Krishna, more worship Krishna even more. So we call it the healthy fear of Maya. That is acceptable. But material fear means to see something outside of Krishna because everything is working under his control.
Wonderful, Maharaj.
So we should have fear of getting trapped by the material energy. And that fear inspires us to take more shelter of Krishna.
Wonderful, Maharaj. I'll try to keep that in mind.
Yeah. Prabhupada used that example himself. He said, I'm always praying not to fall into Maya. So here's the spiritual master.
Yeah.
He's saying, I'm also praying not to fall into Maya. Because he knows, the thing about the spiritual master, he knows how powerful Maya is.
Mm-hmm.
She's very powerful. Shristi, Sisti, Palaya, Sadayega, Chayeva, Vivati Durga, Ichana Rupa, Yasya Tejate Sa, Govindamari Purusham, Tamaham
Tamaham.
Bhaja. She is the shadow of Krishna. So she's very powerful, Maya, extremely powerful. So we should be careful not to get trapped or work in such a way that we get, caught up in the material energy. So there's a little fear that's necessary, just like when you're working with, say, fire, you have to be very cautious. Or if you're cutting with a knife, you have to be very attentive. Otherwise, there could be some accident. And so when we're working with the material energy, we have to be careful not to get trapped by that same energy. So that fear is healthy. But then general fear is that there's something outside of Krishna which is working, but that's an illusion.
Mm. Thanks so much, Maharaj, for a wonderful answer.
Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Please unmute yourself.
Hare Krishna Maharaj, Hare Krishna everyone.
Hare
All
Krishna.
glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to the devotees on the call. My question is many times there are situations and like time and again uh, the seven anarthas kick in and uh, like do some offenses at the feet of the devotees and I always fear that whatever I have, whatever devotional service I have right now will be taken away because of all these offenses. So how do I like um, be sure or make sure that I always stay in the devotional service and not get away, because there are stories when devotees have offended and their bhakti is taken away. So how to make sure we don't offend devotees and stay on bhakti, because it's very difficult.
You have to be careful not to offend. You have to be aware that we can commit offenses and have to be careful. But if you're respectful to everyone, then there's very little chance you'll commit an offense. If you have the enjoying mentality rather than the serving mentality, you're very likely to commit offenses. If we're trying to enjoy in any situation we're in, then we could say something or do something which may be offensive and not even realize it. But if we're in the mood of service, then very unlikely we will commit offenses. So that's a devotee. Devotee is in wherever they are, they're always in the mood of service. Practice that. And Lord Chaitanya also said, Trinadapi Sunichena Tayori Vasahishnu Manina Mamanadena. So practice humility, practice tolerance, practice giving respect to others, and don't be eager for respect for oneself. If you practice these four things, it's practically impossible to commit an offense. Of course, we have to be careful not to commit offenses to the holy name, and those are very serious also. Well, you were talking about offenses to the Vaishnavas, so it's based on what we say and what we do. So if you practice these qualities, then, and you're in the mood to serve, like wherever you are, how can I serve? Just like we're listening to class now. So how do you get into the mood of service when you're listening to class? You listen very carefully and you try to learn. That's service. The speaker is trying to speak and give something. The devotees are trying to hear and learn something. So if you're in that mood of learning and taking that knowledge that you learned and turning it into something practical in your devotional life, and you're in the right mood, you won't commit offenses.
Hare Krishna Maharaj. Thank you.
If somebody is offensive to us, then you just have to somehow or other tolerate it rather than retaliate.
Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Hare Krishna Maharaj. Thank you.
God.
Is that
Susanna
clear? Sarvanga, is that clear?
Yes, Maharaj. I will take care.
Yeah, just be in the mood of service, and so that's who we are. We're not the enjoyer, we're the servant. You're in the enjoying mood, you're in an unnatural mood. When we come into kirtan, we think, oh, we're going to enjoy kirtan. We come to kirtan to serve the Lord by chanting the Lord's name and pleasing the Lord through the process of glorifying the Lord. The thing is to have the right mood and the right understanding. If we have the right understanding, but we have the wrong mood, it might come out different. If we have the right mood, but we don't know what to do, then things won't happen properly. So Krishna told Brahma, gave him three things, said scriptural evidence, Vaishnava behavior, perseverance, and practice. Scriptural evidence means to work according to the guidance of Guru and Krishna. Vaishnava behavior means to cultivate the qualities of a Vaishnava, and perseverance in practice means to become determined in the execution of devotional service and not become deterred by success or failure. Krishna summed it up in 3 things. But we lack determination. And maybe we don't have proper scriptural knowledge. We don't know how to behave in all situations. Therefore, Bhakti Charu Swami put together a nice book. It's called Vaishnava Etiquette. How to behave in different circumstances. What is the activities, what is the mood of a devotee in different situations they find themselves in? All this is there. If we don't learn it, and then we make a mistake, and then we wonder why we're losing our enthusiasm. So why did Prabhupada write all these books? Just to become a great author? No, he wrote them to teach the devotees how to practice Krishna consciousness.
Hare Krishna. Okay.
This is an educational system. It's not a religious system. It's not about religion. It's about spiritual knowledge. Hari Hari.
Hare Krishna.
Susanna's up.
Yeah, Susan, please unmute yourself.
Hare Krishna Maharaj, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and you, and all the devotees present. Actually, thank you for your nice explanation on this, because actually I wanted to ask something, but yeah, you answered my question, because I sometimes used to, how to say, not being tolerant enough, and maybe I didn't retaliate to reactions or whatever, but I behaved in a way that my face showed disrespect, and this made me how to say, get away from Krishna and the devotees, and
You can only you can only get over these things when we have regular association with devotees. We can't do it on our own. We're subjected to our own tendencies. We're conditioned by our own activities. We have certain habits. We have certain personalities. All this can be refined in the association of devotees. We can't do it ourselves. It's not possible.
I became attached to different services, and I didn't want to do anything else but those services only. And was kind of, sometimes I feel it childish, but it's kind of normal. If you like something, you want to continue with this.
Make a mistake, but learn from your mistakes.
Thank you, Maharaj.
But if we're happy, we don't make so many mistakes. Krishna consciousness is about being happy. And you can only be happy in association with devotees. Can't do it outside. Right?
Okay.
You shaved up today.
Yeah.
It looks good. Just now?
Yeah.
Looks really good.
I do it myself.
Me too. I do it myself. Usually I lose a little seeker sometimes. Okay, so yeah.
Any final questions? Any? For anyone? We've exhausted what's in the chat too. So if no one's asking any more questions, then thank you, Maharaj, very much for this. And we want to find out if devotees and you yourself want to do some japa right now, we can.
I'm good for maybe 10 minutes, but
Okay.
I'll drop off after 10 minutes and then the devotees can keep chanting.
Okay. Hare Krishna. Jai. Thank you very much for a wonderful class. We've learned so much from it. My takeaway, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta is angry for 3 reasons. I have to put them down very quickly. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. All right, so we will.
Just give me 1 minute. I have to take care of something on the side, and I'll be right back. You can start the japa without me now.
Okay, Hare Krishna. Now, put Srila Prabhupada's japa on us.
I mean, I don't mind going. If I go there and get enlightened anyway. I just have some fear of going to bed late again tonight. I'm going to stay here. There's a few things that I still need to complete. That needs to be done because I'm running out of time anyway. Okay. If you can bring, you want to take that thing that you have that thing. Good one. Yeah, that's the one you brought it in last time. We just get the wick and put it in there. I'll bring a new one that has too many on it. Well, what are they gonna do with all of this? So if you want, I'll put it back in there. Where to keep them. Okay.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Ram. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram.
Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Sivasari Gaur Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Rama, Rama Rama, Hare 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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Rama, Rama Rama, Hare 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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Rama, Rama Rama, Hare 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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Rama, Rama Rama, Hare 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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Rama, Rama Rama, Hare 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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Ram, Ram Ram, Hare 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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Ram, Ram Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Ram, Ram Hare 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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Ram, Ram Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare 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 Ram, Ram Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Ram Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare 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 Ram, Ram Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Ram, Ram Hare Krishna. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Krishna, Krishna. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna. Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna. Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna Hare Krishna. Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna. Hare 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 Ram Hare. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna Krishna. Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare 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 Ram Ram. Hare Krishna Krishna. Hare Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna. Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna. Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna Krishna. Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare. Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna. Hare Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna. Hare Ram Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna. Hare 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 Ram. So loud. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare 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 Ram Ram. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna Krishna. Hare Ram Hare Krishna. Hare Ram, Hare Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Hare Ram, yeah. Just below here. You gonna go over? What about it? Okay. Hare Krishna. No. Sounds really loud over here. Yeah, it's like quite loud, man. 16 Mardongas? No, but 3. Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna finish my job and do some other work and then end the evening. Or dinner? No, I don't think so. Yours, and then tomorrow class, Russian class. Yeah. So I'm gonna try to go to Guru Puja and then from there. So I'll meet you in the temple. Yeah. Yeah. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Okay, thank you. Hare Krishna. You can tell Mataji to make kitchen tomorrow again. Yeah, sure. Yeah. Well, you're going to bring the shoe. No, tell her not to. I forgot. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Okay, Hare Krishna. Thank you. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram, Hare Hare.
Wix gives you the
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram. Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram. Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram. Hare Krishna, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna. Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna. Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, 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 Hare Ram. Sit properly. Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare 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 Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna. Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, 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 Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna, Hare Rama, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Rama, Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Oh, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna. Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna. Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Ram Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram. Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Oh, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram. Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna. Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna. Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram.
Hare Krishna, dear devotees, accept our humble obeisances, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. So we'll bring the japa and the program to an end here. Hare Krishna. Have a wonderful Krishna conscious day. Panchakapatarubhasya kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Glory to Srila Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Glory to